Three gun shops are being sued by Maryland and Washington, D.C. over trafficked guns. Let's go ahead and talk about it. What's up, Wolverines? Welcome back to the channel. My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist and I keep an eye on the 2A space. This is my channel, John Crump News, and we still are currently doing our fundraiser for Pack 997 of the Cub Scouts. The link is down below in the description. And also thank you to Ground News for going ahead and being a sponsor and helping the Cub Scouts out. As a journalist, I like to look at both sides of an issue instead of just the media-backed corporate interest of one source. That's why I've been using Ground News. Ground News is an app and website that combines news from around the world in one place so you can compare coverage. For every news source, you can see their political bias, how reliable the reporting is, and who owns them. They even have a blind spot feed that highlights news that is being disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. I've been using Ground News to check my own bias, and now you can too. Go to check.ground.news/John Crump and you can get 15% off. I use the Vantage plan to get unlimited access to all the features. By going to Ground News, you not only help my channel, but you help Ground News make the media more transparent. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about what is going on. Everytown for Gun Safety, which is a Bloomberg front group, has teamed up with Washington, D.C., which happens to be the murder capital of the United States, and Maryland to sue three gun shops. These gun shops are Atlantic Guns, no relation to Atlantic Firearms, two different companies, so don't worry about that. United Gun Shop, and also Engaged Armaments, which is another Maryland gun shop. They are claiming that these gun shops helped a guy named Demetrius Minor in 2021 traffic guns into DC and did a bunch of shawl purchases for people in Maryland. They claimed that he bought 36 guns over a 7-month period back in 2021, and the gun stores should have known that he was a shawl purchaser, and because they did not, they are liable for gross negligence. There is a federal law called the Protection of Lawful Commerce in Arms Act, the PLCAA, and that's supposed to protect gun stores from being sued over lawsuits like this, where there's no crime committed, but yet Everytown, Maryland, and DC are going to try to make up a crime. We have been seeing the PLCAA being tossed aside by different lawyers and judges out there that are activist judges. In fact, Brady did a continuing legal education course on how to get around the PLCAA. And the way you get around the PLCAA is to claim gross negligence. So that's exactly what they're doing. They're saying that these shawl purchases should have been picked up, and they were not. I buy a lot of guns, and I know a lot of people that buy a lot of guns out there. They are claiming that 36 guns is a lot of guns, but I can tell you in a 7-month period before, I've bought a lot more than that. Probably bought a lot more than that in a 1-month period. But not everyone's like me, but there are people like that. Now, should I expect to be turned down from gun stores when I go to buy a gun because I bought too many guns? I think that's what Everytown, Maryland, and DC are trying to do. They are trying to put an artificial limit on the amount of guns a gun store will sell to one person. You got to remember, Minor went ahead and he filled out paperwork every time he bought a gun, and he was able to pass a background check. So that just goes to show you that the 4473 is a bunch of BS that doesn't work. Gun background checks do not prevent crime. This guy did buy guns, and he admitted that he was buying them to give to other people, including gang members. What this shows you is that gun laws do not work. The best way to fight against a bad guy with a gun is to be a good guy with a gun. The purpose of this lawsuit is not to stop crime. The purpose of this lawsuit is to make it expensive and to scare other gun stores from being in the business. They are trying to make it so gun stores go out of business because they are afraid of being sued. This isn't the first case where a gun store was sued, even though they should have been protected under the PLCAA. And this technique we're going to be seeing a lot more of. Minnesota has sued, New Jersey has sued, Philadelphia has sued, Kansas City has sued, and Chicago has sued. Chicago, what a piece of trash government they have up there. But they have sued gun stores to try to put them out of business. And we're going to be seeing this happen more and more, especially with these anti gun states and districts teaming up with anti gun organizations such as Everytown, Brady, and Giffords. We have to be on alert and we have to know that this is coming. This is their new vector of attack. They have failed in Congress and they are failing in the courts. So, what they're going to do is they're going to go after the pocketbooks of the gun dealers themselves. They're going to try to shut down as many gun stores as possible. You can already see this with the zero tolerance policy, where they're trying to shut down gun stores, and now they're trying to sue them out of business. We have seen this with Polymer 80, and we have seen this with other companies. So we'll have to see what will happen on this. But I hope these gun stores fight back, and I hope someone steps up to help them out because this is just lawfare against law abiding citizens that own perfectly legal businesses. You don't sue Ford because of a drunk driver, do you? But I guess these places might do that. Actually, I think Chicago did sue Kia because Kias kept on getting stolen, but I'll have to look into that. I know somebody sued Kia for Kias getting stolen, which is absolutely ridiculous too. But with that, we are done for the day. If you can do me a big favor, like, comment, and subscribe, it would really help get the message out there. And if these gun stores want to reach out to me, reach out to me. I'll help you any way I can. All right, guys, that is it. Stay vigilant, stay free, keeping the fight. I am out of here. Wolverines and efforts.